Jerry Similar, seed manager for Ag Plus Co-op. We're standing here at the Ag Plus Trials plot. We're located just east of the intersection of State Road 9 on State Road 14. We're standing back into the soybean variety and corn hybrid trial area. Out back here we've got 21 soybean varieties, 8 of those being the Enlist trait, and the remainder, the 13, being the Extend trait. On the corn side, we've got 26 hybrids, 6 of those being the conventional hybrids and 20 of them being traded. Due to the COVID outbreak this year, we weren't able to have our seed kickoff meeting, so we're asking that you contact your Ag Plus salesperson and arrange a personal tour of the plot. And until that time, we've asked 3 of our representatives from our companies that we sell for to give you an idea of what they have to offer. So thanks for listening, and we'll look forward to being able to meet you out here next fall for our seed event.
Hello, my name is Greg Baird, field sales agronomist for Growmark Seed Division, covering the state of Indiana. I want to give you just a brief overview of our HiSoy lineup, diverse and trait platform, Enlist, GT LibertyLink 27, Extend, and hopefully when approved, Extend Flex. Today I'm standing next to 32E00, a 3.2 on the Enlist platform, known as Tough All Over Soybean. Diverse on placement, diverse on environment, a totally versatile bean that will top the chart on yield. 32E00. 28E90, 2.8 maturity Enlist platform, known as a stress-tolerant soybean. Perfectly fittable on those tough acres that require a stress bean that still will outperform a lot of competitors. 28E90. 34X60, 3.4 maturity on the Extend platform, the tough acre soybean, to be placed on those acres that don't require a lot of management and are always difficult to work with to get a good yielding crop. 34X60. 30X00, 3.0 in maturity on the Extend platform. Consistent performance across the entire Midwest from Nebraska through Ohio. A new release soybean with excellent SDS tolerance and excellent defensive package with a high potential for yield. 30X00.
Hi, I'm Brittany Dirtle, FS Invision and HiSoy Product Manager. I'm out here at a plot looking at 5594V. This is a double pro line behind me, but we also offer it as a smart stacks. This product is going to have excellent tolerance to gray leaf spot, northern corn leaf blight, and goss as well. It will also have outstanding late season plant health. In addition to that, we're going to bring the yield on this one. So if you look at that ear, it's filled with kernels from top to bottom. So we're really excited about this 105-day product, and we hope that you ask a crop specialist about it near you. I am out front of 5704X. This is a new elite FS Invision hybrid. It's also offered as a double pro and a conventional, so we have all 3 options. This product's going to be very consistent and very healthy. We also know that it will handle saturated soils as well as drought very well. In addition to that, what you're going to get is fantastic yield, great test weight, and really high grain quality with this one. So this is a very, very exciting 107-day hybrid from FS Invision. We're next to 62ZV1. 62Z in the Invision lineup also comes as a smart stacks and a conventional hybrid. So we have all 3 again here. This corn is a very unique, has a very unique plant structure, very upright. You can see that here. That's very consistent across the board for this hybrid. It's just a unique look. We really love this one. It's our #1 seller in the Invision lineup for this year. We have some awesome products coming out that will probably push that one from the top, but it is our #1. It's an awesome product, handles wet feet, and when I say that, I really mean it. We had it on our farm in a wet hole really a wet hole that needs tiled, and it really shot through. So I can say that with confidence. This is something you can put on great farms, and you can also put it on tough acres as well. So remember 62ZV1, it's also 62ZX1 and 62ZOO. Here we have 60UV1. So 60U is also offered as a Smart Stacks and a conventional, so all three on 60U in the FS Invision line. So this is our home farm corn. This is the corn that has done really well for us, very stable, consistent hybrid. We love this one. We know that it handles wet feet. It has the anthracnose gene. This is just an all-around awesome yielder, very consistent performer.
Hi, my name's Ted Lortz. I'm the local sales rep with Asgrow and Dekalb, and just wanted to spend a couple minutes and talk about the Asgrow varieties and just a few in our lineup this year. So this year we will have both our Extend lineup that you're used to and comfortable with, and our Extend Flex lineup. So the difference in the Extend Flex, now that we have the dicamba trait, obviously, but now we have the Liberty trait in it as well. So the flexibility is hence the name Flex. So the first one I want to talk about is our 29XF1, which is an Extend Flex bean. Just a fantastic yielding bean. It's a medium height, medium to tall height, stands really well, resists lodging, kind of for that high-end yield punch on your productive soils, but has really demonstrated nicely across variable soil types as well. So in that 2.9 range, that's the choice. You get the flexibility of the dicamba and the glufosinate across the top, and I think it'll really help there. Moving on into a straight Extend bean, a 31X9 is a Peking bean, so it has some built-in nematode resistance. So it's a bean you probably want to keep off your most productive soils, but anywhere where you have a little sand or you have some rolling knobs, you know you might be fighting nematodes, makes a significant difference to the tune of 10 to 15% loss that you're getting out there and you don't know it. So excited to see that one on the farm as well. Again, that's not an Extend Flex bean. That is a traditional Extend bean. A couple others, 31XF1. So this is a bean that's really geared toward variable soil types. It's a medium height bean, so it's not going to get real tall on you. It's a bit more bushy. It handles the clay knobs, it handles the sand, it handles pretty good soils. Where you don't want this one is on your really dark organic matter ground, because it'll just get a little tall and rangy on you. But and in that 3-1 maturity, just a great fit for everything except just your really rich soil. So look forward to that one as well. Now this is our Go Anywhere. Our Go Anywhere is our 35XF1. So again, it's an Extend Flex bean. It's similar to the old 36X6 in the Extend lineup, but it's got a better yield package, and it actually crosses our soil types a little better without getting that terrible height when you get into maybe the muck soils. So we are really most excited about this bean. It's a 3.5. It's a new Extend Flex bean, so it opens up that world of chemistry options, and just a fantastic option in that 3.5 range. So look forward to that one. And I guess a little bit later, the 36XF1 is very similar to the 35. Probably not as good on your really productive soils, but even better on your marginal soils. So very similar, just one has an edge on your high productivity soils, the other has the edge as it gets a little marginal. So, you know, if you're chasing 80 bushel, there's no doubt it's the 35FX1. If you're chasing 60 bushel because you know that backside of that field's not so good, maybe we look at the 36. So plenty more beans for us to talk about, but those are kind of the highlights, and just wanted to get that to you. Thanks. Hi, my name's Ted Lortz. I'm with Dekalb. I want to talk just a minute about a hybrid of ours. Really happy with what we've seen this year, 5981. It's a Smart Stack hybrid. It's a 109-day, high, huge yielder. The beauty of this one is it crosses a lot of soil types, so it can kind of climb that hill, or it can hit a sandy spot, or it can get into that good, dark, rich stuff. Just a huge yielder. Got a nice disease package. It's medium height, so it's not real tall, and good stock strength. Stands really well. And we've been looking at it for a year or two now between our 110 days and 108 days, and we're just really impressed with this one. So it has a great fit kind of in that mid-range of your maturities in your portfolio. So anxious for everyone to get a look at it. 5553 is a Smart Stack hybrid, 105-day hybrid. Really has an incredible yield punch for 105-day corn. We've been excited about it. So we've packed the yield into it, but we've kept the dry down that we really like in that maturity of corn. This is also a disease shield corn. So for Dekalb to label something disease shield, it has to pass some pretty tough testing on our part to say, this is one of our healthiest plants that we have in our lineup, because we're pretty tough to give it that label. So it handles drouthy conditions really well. It handles disease really well. A really nice yield punch, and you don't really have to worry about it to say, hey, I have a little sand in this part of the field, or I'm going to climb a little hill over here. It handles that soil type and keeps that yield potential. So for that maturity group, top-notch yielding class, and paired with something a little bit later, it really kind of rounds out the bottom end of that maturity group in your portfolio. I just want to talk for a minute about a hybrid 6140. It's a 111-day Smart Stack hybrid. Phenomenal yielder. This thing crosses variable soils, does fantastic in your dark, rich stuff, and on your lighter soils, it holds together really well as well. What we're really happy about it this year, because we're seeing a lot of stress. We're seeing drought stress. We saw stress early in July, but this thing's holding together. It's green down to the ground. It's not firing, and we're not seeing tip back in it. So we are so excited when the combines get rolling in this hybrid that we know this is one of our top elite hybrids. It's 111 day. It's got really good dry down. It's got excellent emergence, and there is no doubt this has a home in every package out there, and makes that portfolio just that much richer. So just one moment on 6357. So this is a double pro only hybrid. We don't have a Smart Stack version. 6357, 113 day corn. Dries down a little bit drier than that, so it acts a little bit like 111 day. It's not the showiest hybrid at harvest. This thing is just built to yield. It yields across variable soil types. It responds to rough soils. It really steps up its game in high productivity soils. It stands well. The tops may fall out. It may not be real showy, but it is a yielder. It's a 113-day hybrid. Acts like 111 day when it comes into the combine in terms of moisture, and just jumps out of the ground too. So between that 111, 113, just a must-have in your package.
Hi, this is Mark Reel, NK agronomist for the Great Lakes region. I'm here at the Ag Plus plot for the Ag Plus Virtual Field Day. I'm going to talk about some NK corn hybrids, and I kind of want to focus in on a couple of the key varieties that we have, or key hybrids that we have here in the plot, but also talk about kind of what our options are. And so I'm kind of focusing on what I kind of call our lead two products, NK 1026 and NK 1082. These are two of our best options from the standpoint of talking about versatility, especially for clay-based soils or medium soils that we mainly run into in the Ag Plus area. 1026 is more of a fixed ear type, so you want to run the populations a little bit heavier with that one. You tend to have more of a fixed ear that fills to the tip, whereas 1082 is more of a flex ear type. So that one is definitely one of those that it will be able to flex for length based on population. We typically like that one at more moderate populations unless you're willing to do higher management, which is fungicides and those kind of things. So we typically say if you're basically not looking at foliars or fungicide, we'd like you to run those populations on that one about 32 or less. But if you are, you can go up to 36,000 in 30-inch rows and still do very well with that hybrid, as long as we're doing fungicides, and then you'll take advantage of that. We do have something that for more of guys that run across coarse or gravelly soils, we have another pair called NK 1188 and NK 0962. 0962 has been a stellar product in Indiana in the first trials across the state for the last 3 years. It's been a top 5 hybrid for 3 consecutive years. So we know it'll work in Indiana. It just tends to like medium to lighter soils. It has an artesian in it, so it has some drought tolerance. Similar to 1082, only 1082 tends to work better in droughty clay soils. That 0962 tends to work better in droughty sands. So those two products, 1188 is built for consistency, so if I have more rolling topography, the 1188 will hold its consistency across there. Longer, slender ear type that tends to kind of excel, and that one you can also push populations on if you get into zones like lower ground where you have precision technology where you can vary planting populations. That's a great hybrid to do that with because you can push up to 37, 38,000 in better prairie ground, and then when you move up to the top into some of those marginal soils, you can drop that all the way down to a 30, 32,000 and still have the ear type that'll flex for it. We also offer a 104-day 0472 and 0886. That's kind of our early season pair that we kind of talk about for this area. Can handle the heat. They like droughty clays, variable soils, consistency across. The difference between them is the 0472, I can kind of push populations like I talked about with NK 1026, whereas NK 0886, it's really built for marginal fertility. You just want to keep that at about 32,000, no more, and just treat it with a nitrogen program. That's pretty much it. The only exception being is if we are in a tar spot year or area, then I'd probably consider fungicide for that hybrid. Relative to tar spot across our lineup, our hybrids have been really very well tested and do a very good job on that particular disease. As far as northern corn leaf blight and gray leaf spot and standability, I'd have to say a product like NK 1026 stands out. And so this is your virtual plot day on NK corn hybrids, and my name is Mark Reel, NK agronomist. Thanks for joining us. Hi, my name is Mark Reel. I'm the NK agronomist for the Great Lakes area, and I'm here at the Ag Plus for the Ag Plus Virtual Plot Day. At Syngenta, we actually offer, we're in the soybean area, and we're actually talking about soybean technologies. We actually offer our extends, and we also offer GTLL 27s, and if we get EU approval, we'll be offering the Extend Plus Liberty option. But today we really wanted to focus on what's available in the E3 lineup because that looks like the highest amount of herbicide opportunity, especially for people dealing with troublesome weeds like giant ragweed, fodder hemp, mare's tail. So we want to be able to have that option, and right now the E3s do that. We have a complete line of E3s, but we're going to focus in on a few products that we kind of feel are going to be leads for Ag Plus. The S28 E3 is probably our lead product in late group 2. We really like that product, comes out of the ground really well, has a good phytophthora package, good SDS package on it. It's mainly heavy on field tolerance, but it does have really good durability, and it seems to come out of the ground really well. It is an offensive type bean, so from the standpoint of having good fertility and responding to foliar applications, if you want to try that, the S28 E3 is a real good option. Then we jump up to the S31 E3, and that one as a product is probably one of those that we like from the standpoint of versatility across a lot of soil types. Again, a good phytophthora, good SDS package, so we know that it can handle highly variable ground. Comes out of the ground fairly well, probably not quite as fast as the S28 E3, but it will come out of the ground fairly good. Handles those droughty clays just as well as it does light sands. We've seen it work in most of those environments. And the last soybean that I'll kind of focus in on is the S35 E3s. That bean for particular has been really good from a management option. It's also really good out of the ground, good field tolerance. We consider it kind of our lead group 3 for the E3 lineup, and we compare it to our best S35 K9X, which is our best extend variety in group 3. Very similar in the fact that they can work across variable soils, good phytophthora, good SDS, and be able to also respond if you're interested, if it should be so, for foliar applications. It is kind of weak on frog eye, so as you go further south, we talk about that. But for most of northern Indiana, really good options for E3s. And this is Mark Reel with NK Agronomy. Welcome and thank you for attending the virtual field day.